So does everyone remember the Ultrasound Leadership Academy we mentioned to you earlier this year?
If not, we'll refresh your memory. It's a 12-month, intense, premium program to train leaders in point-of-care ultrasound.
We offer online mobile content divided up into 5 to 10 minute, easily digestible bite-sized segments, journal articles, weekly Google Hangouts with us to discuss issues and go over scans, and one-on-one mentoring. Then we meet in person at the castle, in Sweden, in Canada, in Australia, or wherever we happen to be teaching live.
We're about halfway through the inaugural class, and it's going awesome. We love it. We love doing the podcast, the apps, iBooks, and FOMED in general, but we wanted something more.
Crave more of this one-on-one virtual interaction where we could not only put education out there, but also dive deep, work through issues, help guide individuals to true ultrasound mastery while also letting them learn from our past mistakes when it comes to things like ultrasound administration, teaching with others.
And while it's going great, it's also changed dramatically in the first 6 months. We've been able to work with the first group, who are incredible, and adjust along the way to make this an even more remarkable and personalized experience.
Yeah, it's about to get crazy. First off, we realized that having access to us was probably cool, but what if we got even better, more smarter people than us to join, and niche experts for the fellows to hang out with, based on whatever particular issues they were having. Want to talk blocks? Cool, Stone. Echo? Awesome, Malin. And I'm always here for, other stuff.
Or maybe you want to talk about the lung. How about the lung queen? That's right, the one that wrote the book, the one that did the studies, the justifiably world-famous Vicky Noble. Or how about Lale from Sonospot? You know her brilliance from her blog, from EM Crit, from here on the podcast, from Castle Fest, and wherever you may have had the extreme pleasure of learning from her.
Or critical care ultrasound. What about at Critical Care Now, the Haney Malabat? Guy is wicked smart. EM board certified, IM board certified, critical care fellowship trained, passed the echo boards, and loves to teach. Was U of Maryland Instructor of the Year last year. We heard he's so awesome he even got invited to teach at Castle Fest. Or Rob Arntfield, amazing critical care guy. If you haven't met him or learned from him, then you haven't lived. Want to get deep into TEE or valvular assessment? He can get you there.
Or what if you want to talk echo-guided life support, and you can also understand their accent? Then Jean-Francois and Maxime are here for you at your call. Seriously, we think it's pretty cool to have two echo ultrasound masters who you can hang out with in French if you want. And speaking of speaking, Vicky is seriously fluent in Mandarin. I'm not kidding. She studied there for an extended period of time and has a minor or something like that in it. And I'm pretty conversant myself in Appalachian, I have to say, that being my native tongue and all.
Or maybe you want to talk about MSK, fractures, tendons, ligaments, injections, aspirations. We got the guy on board who we all go to with MSK questions. Emergency ultrasound director, fellowship trained in sports medicine, fellowship trained in looking like Val Kilmer, the Iceman, Mark Goodman.
Or do you work in the community and want a pure genius who also works in the community and knows what it's like to work full-time in this real world I keep hearing about? Then we've got your man, Justin Cook. Remember the WIN podcast, the oblique subclavian? I've been leaning on him since we were residents together and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And then there's Casey Parker from the Broom Docs blog and podcast. He does things that only rural docs have the cojones to do with ultrasound.
Or do you like to scan little adults? If so, Andy Sloas from the PIMED podcast, who is PEDS EM fellowship trained and ultrasound ninja, is here for you. He has his RDMS and is more into PEDS bedside echo than anyone I know.
But, we apologize that so far we've only been able to take a fraction of the applicants. One of the things we love most about adding all these extra professors is that it will allow us to expand and accommodate more fellows and offer more scholarships to resource-limited physicians. The Hangouts will also be more personalized to meet your needs. So each week, when you hang out, you decide who you want to meet with based on what questions you have. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, but still not quite as awesome as we wanted it. We can give you the content and the experts to walk you through it, but unfortunately we can't control the pathology that walks through your practice doors. What we can do, though, is simulate. So we're sending every fellow the SonoSim simulator. This thing is pretty awesome and teaches not only hand movements and the tactile experience of scanning, but it also has pathology cases you can work through at home, on your own time, when you're going through the content.
It's a total simulation package worth over $10,000. The only way we could make this program any more incredibly awesome, I think, is if we actually sent you your own machine to practice on yourself and family at home.
Whoa, personal ultrasound machine. Sounds pretty cool. Why don't we do that?
I'd be into that.
Okay, decision made. We're also going to send every fellow their own pocket ultrasound machine to use for the entire length of the academy.
There you have it. We're dedicated to making this thing a ridiculously awesome experience. We want you to have everything you need to become an ultrasound master.
And we've got other ideas to incorporate as well, but we're just waiting on the actual technology to catch up. For example, as soon as we get the kinks worked out of teleportation, come right back here for another update.
Probably months away, though. In the meantime, we can't wait to meet you and work with you in a more personal way than the podcast. Join us for this crazy ride.
Ride? Should we say experience?
I'd prefer extravaganza or maybe hootenanny.
What about extravaventure nanny?